Hi, I'm Doug.
And I'm Kathy.
Join us as we follow the moon. Today we're going to be following the moon to the winter wonderland.
That's right. We've had a few people ask us, how do you decorate in your motorhome or in your RV? How do you turn it into that Christmas magical place that everybody's trying to find in their own spaces? So we're going to show you some things that we do. I'm going to show you a little bit about the inside, and Doug's going to show you a little bit about what he does on the outside, so that we can be celebrating in style.
Come along with us.
If you love something, you'll make room for it. And that's just as true in an RV as it is in anything else. I take up a little bit of space in the basement and under our bed for most of this, and it's really quite simple to be prepared. When I'm decorating, the first thing I start thinking about is fabric. There's so much that you can do to bring in color and texture, starting with silk flowers and your plants, pillows, throws, tablecloths, table runners. These are all things that are very easy to store. I put a lot of my pillows in Ziploc bags and squeeze them shut so they don't take up as much room when they're moving. A table runner can be anything from something as elaborate with beadwork as to a simple scarf, a favorite scarf that has the right colors and folded in half and laid across a table. Once I get out all of my my fabric things, then I start looking at centerpieces. This guy's been traveling with us for quite a while. Now, centerpieces are something that can be made up with the things that you actually are already using. The tray, the table, the plate that's on is actually one of those plates. It's called a charger that you put your plates down in. The candles, we already have been using those candles all the year round. I just took some ribbon that I had left over from packaging last year, and that's what I used to wrap those candles and make that bow out of. When I go to another centerpiece here, I'm basically just using some thrift store and dollar store items and a cup. I put those cups in the back of the cupboard, and they just live there for the rest of the year. You can see placemats there. The fabric placemats are stretched across there just to give a pop of color. There's my salt and pepper shakers that I use all the time. The basket is just we put our napkins in, and I added a bow and a little bit of greenery, and I usually will tuck in a little napkin from whatever season it is, and that brings it right to the festive feel that we're looking for. If you have a special ornament that you really love it from, it maybe is something you had when you were much younger, you can display it separate off the tree where it would get lost. And what I've done here is that metal stand behind it was actually one of those stands that you put a candle. It's got a bowl where you put a little candle in it. And I use that as actually what I call a dry vase. And you can take little cuttings from where you find and put them in it and stand them upright. So that's 4 different little ideas that you can use for centerpieces. You can go as big or as small as you want when it comes to your decorating, depending on how much space you've got that is available. Now as we turn our attention to the tree is probably one of the hardest things for people to find. If you want something that will fit in your RV, most of us have very limited space. This little tree was actually a decoration in a furniture store that I worked in years ago. I had a little forest of them. They were just as cute as could be, but they really weren't considered Christmas trees until I decided to decorate one such as. My ornaments, a lot of them are metal and lightweight, or I should say painted tin, and they're lightweight. And I do have some glass ones. I wrap them in bubble wrap and put them in a small box, and they're the ones that go under the bed. And there's a little fabric one. I've had that for a lot of years too, and they're just really lightweight and easy to store. Now the lights on there, they actually stay on there. We put a bag over the tree and put it down in the basement, and it stays there just fine. One of the things that we did when we got everything out of the basement was we just shook everything out outside before we brought it in, just in case there was anything kind of snuck in there. But we were actually very pleased that everything stayed secure and free of anything that was undesirable. There's our moon. I actually heard those owls out there this morning. That was fun to wake up to. Got up to the top of the tree, again a little fabric angel. She's really just intended to be an ornament, but she's the perfect size for putting on our little tree. As I back up, you'll see this tree is all nice and snug against the wall there. It's tall enough and thin enough, it's not in the way. There are a lot of trees available out there that are already lit, and some of them even decorated, little tabletop ones. You can do just about anything you want. We actually saw some friends of ours did a Charlie Brown tree. It was so cute. By tucking in those silk flowers here and there, the poinsettias really bring that holiday warmth into your room. These are some little styrofoam covered with straw or something. the woodland creatures. I think that's the squirrel from Cousin Eddie's tree. A lot of the greenery you see are some of those ones that are just on little clips. It's nothing big, nothing fancy. All gotten at the dollar store or Dollar General or all those places where you can pick a whole bunch of things up. Now these are the things that I have in my little curio. Now this little curio, if you're like me, you still want that little touch of class. And that little curio we had to give up our recliner for, but I've been happy ever since because it gives me a little spot where I can decorate just a little bit. And if you see that gold glow in that globe, it actually comes from the bow, the golden bow I set down behind, and it actually made that thing just glow real pretty. We have timeless pieces, some things that are vintage that were handed down to us, heirlooms, some things we bought when our children were little, and we just want to have those little pieces in there. And what's Christmas without Christmas stockings? Maggie's little stocking says, believe. Anything you want to do, you just got to believe in it. Before you go, there's Maggie to sit at the door and let you know how much fun she has when you come visit. The little table there, you can throw your keys on when you come in, they don't get displaced. Maybe have the little snowman hang on to them. No place that goes untouched.
We want to thank you for joining us today as we ran around and put things together, and we hope that we gave you some ideas and tips that you can use whether you're in your sticks and bricks or whether you're in an RV of some sort.
If you enjoyed what you saw, we please ask you to subscribe. Give us a thumbs up on the video if you liked it and got some good information from it. And be sure to ring that notification bell so you'll know when our next video comes out. We're going to leave you with some pictures of what we do on the outside to add to what we normally do to make it Christmassy out there. Hope you've all enjoyed and have a wonderful holiday ahead.
And thank you for following us as we follow the moon.
Bye. Thank you for watching this video. We hope you've enjoyed it. Please be sure to subscribe to our channel and be sure to ring the notification bell so you'll know when we have new videos listed. Also, be sure to check out our blog at followthemoon.us, and also our Facebook page at Follow the Moon, and on Instagram at Follow the Moon Travel. Thanks.